Hello. Back to. He's dying over there.
I can't. This is.
Sorry, we just.
Look, we all over the place.
God. We were expecting good news, and we got the good news. So we were like, we got sidetracked.
Oh man.
We got sidetracked. Oh my God! Custom Toys came through with it. Woo!
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Yes.
Your ears okay? Your ears okay? Okay.
Little ringing.
Yeah, it's a little.
We just got. We will be at the Philadelphia Auto Show, at the Dub section in the inner city booth.
Yes.
WBNC Break-N-Chainz Radio will be at the Philadelphia Auto Show. And I'm not talking about next year. I'm talking about this year.
Yeah. We'll be broadcasting Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Jose. Love you.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
You are just too much. I don't know about you. I'm going to have to get you like your I don't know, something that you like.
This is a very big, one of the big events that we got going on this month.
Yes.
Because we also got Philly Fashion Week.
Yes, we do. Yes,
we are.
Laura has
sponsors for that also.
Yes.
So we'll be broadcasting Saturday or Friday and Saturday and Sunday for that event also.
See, I'm telling you. That was excellent, and that was real. Sorry, we got sidetracked.
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to do cameras and.
Yeah. You're on your gadgets, and yeah. I went on my gadget at the wrong time.
It's all right. The gadget was good.
Oh my God, is too good, I tell you.
Absolutely.
And we keep celebrating each milestone because to us it is a milestone. I mean, we're coming from underground to a studio to a bigger studio soon. Oh shoot, it slipped, and then and in between we're getting all these great events and all this great exposure, and we're getting to know so many great people that are really, really supportive of us and supportive of the dream that DJ CL Smooth and Beverly Brooks created. And that's what I love. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely. Don't destroy each other. Support each other. Stop with the destruction, the envy, the jealousy, the I can't stand that they don't have this, and this. Oh, they think they're better. No. Listen, come in here and just sit and support us. Sit at your home and listen to us and support us.
When after 5 years, then you can say, you know what? If y'all ain't go nowhere, then you can say, well, you know what? Y'all ain't go nowhere.
Yeah, turn off the mics, please.
Exactly. But
right now we're moving and grooving, baby.
We're only 2 years in. We still babies. We still got 3 left.
That's all right.
What these next 3 going to be?
That's all right.
Ooh.
New shows and everything lined up.
Listen.
Love it. I love it. And tonight's sponsor is Frankfurt Business Center.
Yes.
Awesome.
She is actually the sponsor for La Gitana radio talk show for the whole month. And so 3675 Frankfurt Avenue here in Philadelphia. Beditza Cadillo Ramos, I love you. Thank you for supporting WBNC Break-N-Chainz Radio. And let's start with our guest, because I tell you, we are just too excited about our topic today. We're gonna calm all those bridges. Calm down. Take the bridges in. Hold them up. Calm down. We have, and I put it on my live feed earlier. Alicia Jefferson Riley is the radio air personality and executive producer of Alicia Live Radio Show, one of the hottest internet radio shows currently aired on Blog Talk Radio. The Alicia Live Radio Show is a weekly internet-based variety talk show with a unique blend of topics and interviews focusing on national, social, political, local, community, and entertainment, pop culture, and news. And like I said on my video, no, she's not competition. We all have our unique style. We all have have a unique way of doing things.
Yes.
And while she has her flair, I got mine.
Mm-hmm.
So no, she's not competition.
Exactly.
I am here to support her, and she's always here to support me. And I love her, and I thank you for joining us tonight, Alicia.
Well, thank you for having me, and I love you too, my sister.
I tell you, as soon as she saw that I was doing a talk show, I didn't know her. I did not know her. And she immediately said, "Great show." And I'm like, what? Who? What? Who? You? What? And she said, "I'm here to support you, whatever you need." I was like, okay. And she was not kidding. She has listened. She has looked through the website. She has been on the Facebook pages, and she will tell me, how about if you do this? How about if you? And I love it. I don't get offended by any of it. I love it.
Always.
Because that's how you keep growing.
That's right.
That's how you keep growing. And, of course, we have our papi chulos.
No one other than...
We're going to have to get him like a drum roll or something.
I'm going to have to make it... Look, I'm going to have to get his own drop. He be here a lot.
Look, we're going to have to get him like, I don't know, something, an intro.
Yeah.
You know, with royalty music or something.
Just a friend of the station. A humble servant of the people.
Andre Daniels served his community as committeeman, councilman since 2009. He was appointed to serve as mayor for 2016. In addition, he was appointed to serve as member of the New Jersey SBA Legislative Committee, serving the 7th Legislative District. He is the chairman of the board of directors for the Resource Development Committee of the National PTA. He is a United States Air Force veteran who served honorably and with commendation during Desert Shield storm. And we welcome him with so much love every time he comes here, I tell you, because he just brings a lot of good stuff, a lot of good information from what he's doing to his community to everything around him. So thank you for joining us again, Mayor.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh.
If I'm not here, I'm calling in, so...
Absolutely.
It's always good to be in the house.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we are doing this show, Welcome President Donald Trump. She's laughing already. She's busting at the bridges. Community, a whole community, a unified community. He's been signing. Yes, he's you know, the only thing I can compliment him on is that, you know, he, like I said before, he went to receive the body of a soldier, and that was very nice. I really thought that was very nice. Other than that, it's been I don't know if a pleasant headache, but it's been a windstorm of many executive orders and a lot of signatures that have a lot of people throughout the whole nation not knowing what tomorrow may bring. And so we had to, we discussed it, and I said, I have to bring this topic because it seems like his presidency, even his campaign, just ignited so many things that right now are hurting so many people. And so I am really appreciative of both of you to join me tonight on this conversation. So however you want to dig in, we're going to dig in. Let's start by appointments if you wish, or shall we talk about the executive orders, or shall we talk about the nuclear weapons?
We're just going to talk about everything. Let's just throw it all in the pot.
It's just so much, you know?
So much. It is so much. And you know what? First of all, you know, again, I just want to thank you for having me here on your show. And, you know, we do support one another. We're going to be able to actually get through these 4 years, these 8 years, or 2 years, or whatever.
He keeps promising 8, yes.
Look, we didn't think we was going to have 4. So,
yes.
You know, I'm not going to.
We're going to stay on that.
We're going to stay on that.
Yes.
But, you know, a phrase, a simple saying comes to mind. A candle loses nothing when it lends itself to another.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I lend my
absolutely
to you, whatever you need. I'm always there for you, my sister.
Thank you.
But let's talk about Trump.
Yes.
Well, first of all, the first 2 weeks have been a rocky 2 weeks.
Oh. It's been a roller coaster of emotions. Not for him, because it doesn't seem like there's any emotion in what he does. It's I call it the little kid that wants everything, and when he doesn't get it, he goes into these temper tantrums of being a bully at the mic.
Absolutely. He has, my grandmother used to say, when somebody show you who they are, believe them
the first time.
Yeah.
Believe who. And all throughout his campaign, well, even prior to that, he has shown us who he is. From the inception of the lie, of the birth of lie that he actually made up about President Obama.
Exactly.
Which actually was the bedrock of his campaign, that launched his campaign.
And he stuck to it.
He stuck to it. He stuck to it. I mean, he was steadfast. I mean, you got to give him that. He was steadfast on that. I mean, but but the problem is this: is that particular a phase of that of building a foundation, building your campaign on that foundation, led to the other things that came into the divisiveness, the talk, all of the rhetoric that he actually geared to his supporters. I mean, throughout the whole campaign, you saw a certain type of divisiveness that I don't think this country has ever seen. You have even supporters that go to his campaign that are of different ethnicities that are thrown out. I mean, reporters that have been attacked, made fun of when he made fun of a reporter who had a physical handicap disability. Or just the type, when you start to build on negative, it's only going to accelerate. Now, what we see here in the White House, first week, he has talking to leaders of other countries, our allies. The president of Mexico,
improperly.
He had Twitter wars with exactly.
I don't agree with this Twitter at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I don't know about any of you, but to me, a president should not be tweeting like that.
No, I think what we all really expected after we got over the shock and awe of him actually winning this election, I think moving down range, we were hopeful that some kind of way our country would be saved by the Electoral College, some kind of way siding with the American people. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show, what can happen in the next 2 years, and from a constitutional mandate, what needs to possibly happen. I think then what we really hoped for most was that this was some sort of TV program that would go off, and the real statesman, the real statesman would come forward. And I think that in any elective position, whether you're talking about it be the local level, to the state level, to the federal level, there's a degree of decorum that goes along with it, that in our leaders, we're hopeful that they show us resolve, that they show us temperament necessary for the job, that in some kind of way, that even if it isn't all okay, we're going to be all right, simply because at the end of the day, there's capacity from a statesman perspective to get the job done. And when we see it being played out on a world theater, their characters, we lose hope every day. The person who really has a tough job ahead of them, and I'm hopeful that it will be the sum total of the parts that will make this administration somewhat redeemable, and that's in our Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, who was just recently confirmed. He has a laundry list of things that, as his boss continues to tweet and get our nation and this administration in trouble, that he has to some kind of way put out the fires and say, no, he really didn't mean it.
And that's a whole lot for him, because he just got confirmed last night, and he just came into office and did his welcoming speech to his new staff. And I'm pretty sure that must be so I know that they're professional and everything, but to see all this stuff that now you have to, all these policies, all this cleaning up you have to do behind your boss. That has to be a bit frightening because you're not sure how to really handle everything all at once coming at you.
Right. And
it's all on his table right now.
It's on his table.
Right.
It you know, it's like line 1.
Yes.
Australia. Line 2, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Line 3,
Yep.
Seoul, Korea.
Yep.
It's on his table. But you know what the thing about it is, I call this administration the rookie administration. And what I mean by that, because he's has, you know, he campaigned on the whole premise that, you know, he is the jobs president, that he is the one that could get things done. He knows how to do deals, because I do deals all the time. He says, you know, hey, I do deals. But the thing about it is that when you look at the people that he put in his particular cabinet, they don't have any experience in working in government. Rex Tillerson has no experience. He is the Exxon CEO, very instrumental in loosening those sanctions, and helping Russia extract oil. So, you know, he's an oil guy. You know, he knows how to make deals.
Exactly.
But he's oil. And you're looking at the only one that I really have great respect for, and I was wondering how far, maybe you can answer that, Mayor, how far down the line of succession with Nikki Haley, U.S. Ambassador. I really like what she said today.
She's pretty far down.
She's pretty far down the line of succession. Daggone it.
And unless
There goes that hope.
That girl's that glimmer of hope.
unless she is the designated survivor Dawn Soto.
That is so true.
I digressed.
She's like, oh man, I'm dying over here. Wait, because the choices that he has made. Oh my God, the Billionaires Club is what I call it.
Absolutely.
And they're all billionaires because of their investments and their businesses but do they have the experience? The not just the experience. To me, it's the studies of it. It's the background of it. Do they have it? Do they have enough of it to do what they're assigned to do or what they're going to be appointed? Because not all of them have gotten confirmed anyway.
Right.
There's still a whole list of them that are trying to get confirmed. So do they have it?
Well, the administration presumably has the votes within the Senate to get all of these appointments through, presumptively. However, what I would simply say is that at what cost do you get it through? Because right now it's 52-48 with Republicans having a 4-vote lead. Or edge, if you will, as I'm putting my thoughts together. The one thing that the Democrats can do in a state of powerlessness is to filibuster.
Exactly.
And hold out, if you will. And you have some very capable people led by Senator Cory Booker, who probably can talk for hours.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
Upon
my
hours.
goodness.
I have been
He was
watching
just at my
him.
church. Yes,
Yeah,
he can.
absolutely. At Bethany?
Yes, he was
Okay.
just at Bethany.
Bishop Evans? Absolutely.
Yes.
I saw him the
Shout
other day.
out, Bishop Evans.
Okay.
Oh.
There you go. So that's what can happen unless there could be some sort of change of mind, head and heart aligned on the Republican side of the aisle that just simply says that some of these appointments just cannot go forward and cannot be confirmed. And one such one that looks to be very much in jeopardy is the Education Secretary,
Yes.
Betty DeVos. And I understand in doing some research just recently, 2 senators came out and said that publicly on the floor today that they cannot support her. I believe it's a senator from Connecticut, and the other senator may be from Alaska. Okay, and they are just saying that they cannot support her, presumptively and very easily. I think that when you saw her testify, it was nothing short of left us all scratching our head that how could this person have ever been vetted? How could she?
When they asked her the question of progress and growth, and she did not know how to explain. I was at home, going off, and my daughter looked over to me. She said, "Mom, you don't work at school."
Right.
And I said, "Yeah, but she doesn't know the answer." She said, "Mom, and she can't hear you either."
Right.
Because I couldn't. The senator, or I think it was the senator or congressman that was asking her the question, she was so lost. She was so, I don't know if it was lost, confused, or it was too much for her at the moment. I don't know. But she couldn't answer simple questions. She couldn't, I don't know how she went through the vetting. I don't know.
Well, Betsy DeVos, for one thing, she has never worked in public education at all. Mm-hmm. Okay, she has a premise of how schools should run in the charter school world. Now,
should run,
not
the reality.
But not the reality of it.
There's a difference.
There's a difference there. And when during the confirmation hearings, when she was asked about the policy on, I believe it was on disabled, but she prides herself on, she has some success in turning around.
Right to their own opinion. You may not like it, you may not agree with it, but you do have to respect them because they are on our show, our radio station. And so, where were we?
Well, we were just discussing a myriad of things, and I think that what was the last thing we was talking about? Confirmation of DeVos.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's pretty much where we're at, and we're
Betsy.
DeVos. Yeah. Education Secretary.
His face. Okay. I didn't like his face. His face went like, what?
Well, yeah.
I'm a champion of public education and universal public education, and I, from a historical context, universal is a product of the free Republicans of our Congress, guided, misinformed. So I would hope that Ms. DeVos, if she is confirmed, I'm not sure, she hadn't watched the news today, but I would hope she would champion universal education and keep education out of the hands of corporate profiteers and keep it under control of the people.
And that's what Alicia was saying, that her experience of the public sector, it is of charter schools, and so she has concern about that, is how can she comply with her job if she is confirmed, if she's appointed. How can she do that? How will she be able to? So that is a concern that many have. We are going to take a break. Oh, okay. I saw your hand and I was like, what?
Yeah, I think with her, the most was her segue from the question she was answered. I think that arguably someone that's all of a sudden thrust into a role to be vetted for a high seat as Secretary of have passing back, while I understand that thorough and efficient is the rule of the day, a perspective that thoroughly will achieve and strive for all children, that no child will be left behind, and pardon the pun, as we the SEA perspective, and as would say that she some sort of working capital of specific things, because we know the sector that's in place.
On Frankfurt Avenue for all your, I know.
It's in the supporters at the top that we opened the medium for today, and we're dealing with these terrorist acts today.
One of the things we have to realize when post-9, the vetting process for, you're looking at the countries that aimed in this Muslim ban, terrorists coming out of the 19 hijackers of 9/11 were from Saudi Arabia. They came from Saudi and from Pakistan. So to argue that in putting in place this Muslim ban strengthens us and make us more stronger, it doesn't. It actually makes us more weaker, because we have bought into the propaganda of us versus them, America versus Muslims, America versus ISIS. And ISIS now has taken it and said Trump is one of their biggest recruiting tools because of this Muslim ban. So the whole premise that this ban is going to make us safer, It doesn't. The whole premise that basically it's actually keeping the bad guys out. It's not, because these refugees were people that were already vetted. They were already vetted, and they have gone through one of the most stringent vetting process. And I understand we all want to have our borders safe. We all want to keep America safe. There is nothing wrong with having the right plan. But when you have the rollout, I think the whole rollout of this plan was wrong. The way it was.
The optic potentially.
Yeah.
The optic was bad.
It was totally bad. Safer whatsoever. This whole 90-day ban, to me, it's just Trump saying, "Hey, I delivered on my promise." But you have saw the widespread protests. I mean, worldwide. I mean, you had translators that work for the Army. You had educators. You had. I mean, the question raises a lot of.
They can't come back.
They can't come back. I mean, people were deported and was sent back to wherever they came from. And to me, these people already were vetted. They were already vetted. It's not like you're letting a new group of folks in. These people were the green card holders.
I don't know of anyone who was sent back at this point. I know people were frozen in place in airports.
Oh, yeah.
But they weren't sent back. They were
they
frozen
were.
in place. And
They were.
A couple people that
There were a couple people that were sent back.
Let me say this. The vetting we have to have a vetting process. We must have a vetting process, because these terrorist people are embedded within the ranks of so-called refugees that are coming here. Look, the guy who shot up the recruiting station in Memphis, he was vetted. Hey, look, we had a Army major in Fort Hood. He was vetted. He was in our military. Killed a bunch of people. The people that killed people in San Bernardino, they were vetted under the old program.
Actually, she came through a fiancé visa. That's how she got in, through a fiancé visa.
Okay. Regardless of, she's a refugee. She came from the Middle East. It's not against Muslims, because we have Muslims here. We have American Muslims, okay, who were born and raised here. They're not immigrants. They're born and raised here. It's not It's not against Muslims. It's against terrorists. And let me say this: the onus for ridding the mass of refugees of the terrorists rests with the mass of refugees. They got to clean those people out. Okay, you can't say, well, we want to go to the United States, and that guy over there, he looks kind of weird, but so what? We're going to the United States. We must have a process. This thing it's very messy, but we have to have a process that's fair and equitable, that keeps Americans safe and makes sure that America remains a sanctuary for people who are seeking such sanctuary.
Well, but he's the one
that's
down sanctuary cities.
The way that he explains it, when he explains it, it's the Muslims have been able to get in.